Never happens. Still in the sixth, Ozzie Guillen, bases bloated, and Ozzie comes through. That'll score a couple. The Braves take the 5-3 lead, and that would be your final. 5-3 for Montreal, so the Braves warming up at the right time. They have one. Walks Rico Brogna. Brogna's 100th RBI, 3-zip fills. Next batter, Kevin Jordan, and same story. A lot of runs scoring in slow motion. Rogers went just 2 2/3, 4 earned runs, 4 walks. It was 4-zip fills. Top 8, John Olerud. Bye-bye. Into the upper deck, his 18th of the year. It's 4-2 Phillies. Olerud had 3 of the Mets, 4 hits. Huge play in the 8th. Benny Agliani pinch hitting the shot. David Doster the catch, and then they double off Robin Ventura, and the Phillies get out of it as they win it 4-2. The Mets lose their 5th straight. Rogers loses for the first time as a Met. Shane Reynolds working on Kevin Barker with 2 on. Barker going deep to center. Carl Everett back, and he will haul it down. But the runner's tag, Everett's throw is missed by Craig Biggio. He just doesn't catch the baseball. That allows Jeff Jenkins to score. The Brewers increased the lead to 3-1, and that would loom large. It was 3-2 in the 7th. Stan Javier with a man on first, the shot. That is a 5-4-3 double play. 1 of 4 on the night for the Brewers as they go on to win it 3-2. So things tighten up some in the Central. Biggio drove in 2 runs.
Guard. Bottom 5 tied at 1. Jose Jimenez to Greg Vaughn. That's not what Jose had in mind. Deep out and gone. A 2-run job for Greg. His 43rd of the year. He now has 14 homers this month, tying the Reds record set by Hall of Famer Frank Robinson. As for Mark McGwire, top 8, 3-1 Reds. Flies out to Dimitri Young, who, remember, was traded to the Reds when the Cardinals picked up Mark McGwire in a trade from the A's. Then things fell apart in the 8th, Rick.
Vaughn doesn't always go deep, even though it seems like he has in the month of September, but he always hustles. Look at this right here. That should have been a base hit. It went against him. It was the only thing that went for St. Louis, though, here in the inning. Look at Vaughn getting down the line right there. Dimitri Young comes up right here. Look at him inside out that ball. Over the head of Willie McGee in left field. McGee doing a fine job, barehanded. Good, strong throw to second base, but there's no second baseman there. Nobody behind the plate. Dimitri goes to third.
Yeah, that sometimes has an issue. After a double by Eddie Thomas, he scores Young to make it 4-1 Reds. Aaron Boone doubles down the left field line, scoring Taubensee. 5-1 Reds now on the Boone double. 2 batters later, Ricky Vitalico. Oh, it bounces off Albert Castillo's glove, rolls towards the dugout. Boy, everything did fall apart for the Cards here. Boone comes all the way around to score from second. 6-1, the Reds win it. That 14th homer again ties Frank Robinson's record for Vaughn. And what makes that even more interesting, Vaughn had just 13 homers in his previous 3 Septembers. Vaughn's also driven in 32 runs this month, since he's now won 4 of 5 and are finishing like a team that believes it's going to the postseason.
If this is fair, it's trouble. It's fair, it's trouble. Ramirez driving in 2 runs. That gives him 10 in his last 2 games, and a historic season continues. Indians win at 9-6. Mike Hargrove said afterward, Manny is amazing, and that he is. 159 RBIs, the most in 50 years. Ted Williams and Vern Stevens had as many back in 1949. Devil Rays and the Yankees. Bottom 9, D-Rays up 2-1. Chili Davis had a chance to drive in the tying run, but he can't do it. Roberto Hernandez gets him on the splitter. Last chance for the Yankees. Chuck Knobloch not going to get it done. 41 saves on the year now for Hernandez. Yankees leave 9 on base, and the D-Rays get themselves a win. Finally, their first win at Yankee Stadium. Took them 10 games to do it. David Cohn, who will make one more start before
the O's. Jimmy Williams looking for his club to snap a 3-game schneid. Bottom 7, Butch Husky gives one a ride and bangs it off that big green wall out there. Husky running hard would slide into second with a home run. That's right, it was ruled a homer. 3-1 Sox. Ray Miller comes out because that's what managers do. The arrow shows the ball in flight. Watch how it hits off a beam before bouncing off the wall. If umpires had arrows, it'd be so easy. Scary moment here. Nomar takes the shot off the wrist. He would stay in the game but wore that protective guard. The Red Sox win it 4-1. Ramon gave up just 1 run in 7 innings. And Goodwin finds some hole. Todd Zeile comes around. Lee Stevens would score. We're tied at 3. Nice slide. Still in the 2nd. Mark McLemore at the dish. Apier uncorks the wild pitch. Wild pitches, like fine wines, are always uncorked. Royce Clayton scores. Rangers up 4-3. Todd Zeile. Bases juiced. And bingo. His 2nd grand slam this month. 23rd homer of the year. Apier gave up 9 runs in less than 2 innings. as the Rangers win 10-4. The Rangers.
Ben Patrick at the plate with the bases loaded, facing Ryan Dempster, and Dempster induces the 5-4-3 double play, getting out of the second inning. But a tough night for Jeff Berry, Rick.
At the end of the bat, and in center field, Jeff Berry.
Eventually.
Bottom of the third inning right here.
Into right center.
Kevin Miller facing John Thompson.
The center fielder, and he cannot get
the ball drops in front of him right there. We got all kinds of people on bases. Now what happens? They're picking on the right guy tonight. Look at the slow start right there. Those first couple of steps he lost on his initial break on the ball cost him getting to that ball.
Marlins go up 2-0. Preston Wilson driving them in, and they go into a final of 8-2. Mike Lowell, 2 RBI. He now has 5 homer and 11 RBI in his Francisco Cordova. Oh, foul tip into the catcher's glove, strikeout for Cordova. Sosa, by the way, also wanted on the all-century team, but he was 0-for-3 on this day. John Lieber was perfect last start. He was pretty good on Saturday, Rick.
As his buddy Mark Grace would say, he's really good. Really good today. Look at the fastball right down the middle. A little too much there. You try to catch up to the heater. He's going to throw the hard breaking ball. 11 punch-outs for Lieber.
Bottom of the 5th, Cordova facing Jose Nieves, and Nieves pulls a Sammy Sosa. A 3-run homer. Mark Grace and Jeff Reed score. Cubs up 3-1. Top 9, John Lieber trying for the complete game, facing Kevin Young. Young with the line at a second. Chad Myers, great grab to end the game. Lieber congratulated. Remember, he lost that perfect game on a Mark McGwire home run last time out. It's the incident with Tampa Bay catcher Mike DeFelice. Top of the 1st, Shulock unaware of the count. This one was ball 4, but who knew? LaTroy Hawkins, what's going on? John Shulock having concentration problems. Back to Maglio Ordonez for a minute, Rick.
Well, batting practice just seemed to extend for Ordonez right here. Look at that ball. Pretty good swing, nice and compact. Look where it ended up. Dead center field. Ordonez with a 2-run homer, 4 for 5, 5 RBIs.
Bottom of the 4th, Sox already up 10. Mike Sorotka gets Chad Allen to line right back to him. White Sox go on to win the final 13-4. Thus, the win in Chicago. Bases loaded. Kareem Garcia. High to right center. Jermaine Dye, Carlos Beltran. You take it. No. Oh. Miscommunication. 2-run score. The error on Beltran. Next batter, runners on the corners. Juan Encarnacion. Moose Rocco helped the judge find his wallet. A 3-run shot is 19th. Tigers go up 6-1. Top 7. Tigers with some defense. Beltran. Lines one to Damian Easley at second. Throws to first for the double play. Ray Sanchez toast. That ends the inning. And watch this play, Rick.
Well, we've talked about the divisional races. Look at the crowd showing up right here to see who is going to have the worst record in the American League between these two teams. How about Dean Palmer right there, huh? He knows one thing, that dugout is not going to move. It's concrete. Well, it's not going to move right now. In a couple of days, that whole place is going to be moved.
I'm not sure. Top of the 5th, Salmon at the plate against Jamie Moyer. How many times do you see it? Guy makes an almost good catch that puts it back in his glove with a bare hand, and then he comes up with a base hit. Salmon has a 2 RBI double. Angels lead at 7-1. Okay, it was much better in my brain. Bottom of the 8th, A-Rod against Shigetoshi Hasagawa. Drives it to right. Salmon makes the sliding catch. Makes a huge divot. Angels go on to win 7-3. Divot in honor of the Ryder Cup, where the U.S.
Their team had clinched. Bottom 8. Giants down 3-2. Rich Aurelia has just left the building, taking Greg Olson right where Greg didn't want to be. Aurelia's 21st would tie the game at 3. Top of 9, 1st and 3rd. Tony Womack, base hit. Womack with 3 hits on his 30th birthday. This one drives in a run, and the D-backs score 4 times in the 9th to win it 7-3. They've won 4 straight.
A clip drive. Hey now! Top of the 4th, no score. Eric Sanders facing Eric Gagne. Gagne, that's a hockey name. Strikes him out with a knuckler. Gagne will retire the first 12 batters he faced. Bottom 4th, Gary Sheffield in the upright and locked position. His 30th of the year. Bill Pito might say, hooah! Dodgers up 2-0. Top of the 6th, Gagne, Ruben Rivera, Rick.
Watch where this ball goes. That's a pretty good pitch right there. Guess where it ended up? About 445 feet away from where it started. Ruben Rivera. Those of you out there in the fantasy leagues, don't forget that name next year.
Then in the 8th, 2-2, it's Wiki Gonzalez. You can never forget the name Wiki Gonzalez. A home run breaking the tie, making it 3-2. Then next batter, Tony Gwynn. How can you forget about him? Oh, Goodwood. But Raul Mondesi says Goodwood, better glove, robbing him up against the wall. Great play. And Tony Gwynn having a good laugh. You got your 3,000. That's about the only highlight for Mondesi and the Dodgers.
Philadelphia, the Reds hosting the Cards. Mark McGwire gone. Not not just merely gone, number 60 on the year. Second player to hit 60 homers in back-to-back seasons. Top 9, Cardinals down 4-2. Danny Graves in relief. So much for relief. Fernando Tatis has just left the building. His second of the game when we're knotted at 4. Bottom 12, Reds down 5-4. 2-minute board, and it's Pokey Reese. Gritty gutty Pokey Reese against Ricky Bottalico. Pokemon, his 10th home run of the season. Pokey Reese wins it for the Reds in dramatic fashion, 7-5 in 12 innings. The Reds blowing a couple leads before finally picking up the victory. This was the Reds' 21st victory in their final at bat. Cincinnati's 93 wins, the most since the Big Red Machine of 1976. After McGuire homered, one fan bought 1,500 tickets as memorabilia. McGuire joins Babe Ruth and Jimmy Fox as the only players to hit 400 homers in a decade. Following the festivities, Pokey put his hit into historical perspective.
Biggest hit I've ever had, and man, I don't know what to say right now. I'm so happy that the team won. Hopefully we can come out tomorrow and get a big win and go down to Houston and take 2 and, take it from there. We wanted to win the game, and then we got second and third, hoping Pokey could just get a single. He ends up hitting a bomb, so we'll take it. That's what September baseball's all about.
Reds are headed to Houston. Houston was in Milwaukee, a swirling day in Milwaukee. Bottom 2, bases loaded. Scott Ellerton against Marquise Grissom, the liner. 3-run score. Bases loaded double for Grissom. Brewers led it 4-0. Bottom 5, bases are now empty. It's 8-1 Brewers, and Brian Williams facing Marquise Grissom. It's deep, and I don't think it's playable. 19th on the year for Grissom. Big day for Marquise. Marquise Desaad, 4 for 6, 2 doubles, a homer, a single, 5 RBIs, and the Brewers win it by the final of 11-3. This
Ricardo Alfonso lines one. Desi Relaford, nice circus grab, much to the delight of Paul Bird. Bottom of the 4th, still nobody on. Rico Brugna, the former New York Red Met, takes Rick Reed's hanger to the cleaners. 24th in the season, puts the Phillies up 2-0. It's a 3-2 Phillies lead. Bases full of Mets for Ricky Henderson with 1 out in the 9th. What a pick by David Doster to start a game-ending 4-6-3 double play. And the all-time steals leader grounds into a game-ending double play as the Mets wrapped up the most disastrous road trip since the one taken by Thelma and Louise. Why not? It's already 2-0 top of the 1st. Eddie Perez, the base is loaded, and he clears him. Off of Jeremy Powell, Braves go up 5-0 and go on to win 10-0. And it's amazing. Who would have thought back on Tuesday when we were gearing up for the big 3-game Mets series that the East would be wrapped up by Sunday? It is the Braves' 8th straight division title, and considering Andres Galarraga.
Bottom 6, Rafael Palmeiro against Tim Kubinski, Grand Slam ski. 46th home run on the year, 3rd slam of the year for Rafi. Rangers up 10-1. Bottom 9, Mike Venefro on the mound against Ryan Christensen. And that is your final out of the game. Rangers win at 10-3, clinching the AL West crown. The Rangers have won the West 3 times in the last 4 seasons. Juan Gonzalez went 3 for 4. Facing Tim Wakefield, 37th home run of the season. 2-1 Orioles, top 4. Bottom 9, Orioles up 8-5. Troy O'Leary facing Jesse Orozco with 2 on, 2 out, and just looking. Orioles win it by the final of 8.